Hey there! Who wants to learn how to do an acrylic pouring flip cup? Okay, this is the video you need to watch. I've got a cup. This is a 5-ounce cup. I have an 8x8 inch canvas. I've put some blue tape on the back and some thumbtacks in it to help hold it up off the surface. I've got some earth tones colors. I've got metallic copper, metallic gold, green oxide, burnt umber, and white house paint. And all of those are mixed with Floetrol, about 1 part paint to 1.5 or 2 parts Floetrol. Did I say that right? 1 part paint to 1.5 or 2 parts Floetrol, and then thinned with water until they're the right consistency. And then each cup has 1 drop of silicone oil in it, which is going to give us the magic of our cells. Okay, so flip cup. Let's start by putting the paint in the cup. Well, first let me just show you the consistency of this paint. Naturally, now it doesn't behave. All right, it's mixed so that it can run cleanly off of a stick, but it's not really watery. So it's kind of a medium thick consistency. If you want a lot more cells, tiny ones, big ones, cells all over the place, then add a little bit more water and you'll get just cells everywhere. But I like this sort of medium thick for a flip cup. And make sure that your paint is well mixed right before you use it, so the silicone oil is mixed in thoroughly. Okay, so for an 8x8 inch canvas, I need about 4 ounces of paint, because for each 16 square inches, which is 4 by 4, you need about 1 ounce of paint. So I need about 4 to 4.5 ounces of paint for this 8x8 canvas. So I have a 5-ounce cup, and I'm gonna layer my paint in. So I'm gonna start with this metallic copper. And then, what do I wanna do? I think green. And when you layer a cup, when you layer your paint in a cup for a flip cup, you can go crazy with it if you want. But I like layering it because you do get, you know, some mixing of colors, but you also get some nice solid blocks of each color. It's not all muddy and mixed. So I'm doing basically 2 layers of each color to get it up to the top. Not quite to the top of the cup. You know what I mean. Most of the way up. Gold next. You don't have to layer your paints in the same order each time. I like to, it just helps me keep track. Also, it helps if you're trying to layer them in a specific order. Like you don't want yellow and blue touching each other because you don't want green, so you put something else in the middle. Okay, so I've got about 4.5 ounces here. I'll move these cups out of the way. And there we go. My canvas is wobbling a little bit. You want it to be nice and firm and flat. If your canvas isn't on a level surface or the canvas itself isn't level, your paint's gonna run off the side, which is not a good thing. But I think mine's pretty level. Okay, so you wait just a minute for the paint to sort of flow to the bottom of the cup, which shouldn't take long here because there wasn't really much empty space in the cup. All right, who's ready to see the flip? Here we go, on your mark, get set, go. Whoa. Okay, so I made this weird squiggle in the middle where the paint was dripping out of the cup. That's not so nice looking. Whoops, it's already running off the side, but wow! Look at the cells that are coming up in that. I'm just using the extra paint in the cup to cover the corners because those are the hardest parts to get covered when you're stretching the paint around. So covering them first helps. It helps the paint travel across. Wow, this is cool. I do love how flip cups with silicone end up. All right, time for the messy part, which is the stretching, so I'm gonna put on my gloves. Okay, so this area right here is kind of my favorite part, where you can see the stripes of color all woven together with that gold. And then I love this section. And then this over here is my least favorite. So I'm gonna go here first. And then hopefully that'll help me save as much of this as possible. So you just gently get the paint moving. You don't need to go really fast. Actually, since I want to save a lot of this, I'm going to pull it somewhat with my finger just to really help it flow. Okay. That didn't totally work. Hold on. Okay. I think I still kept enough of my favorite part. All right, so now I'm going to come back this direction and I'll actually turn it so you can see that. So bring the paint kind of back to the middle of the canvas and then send it over the corner. Okay, got that, and then you turn it quickly back so you don't lose too much paint over the corner. So I'm taking the paint back to the middle and then carefully, it's like you're walking the paint back and forth. This way, that way. Bring it over that corner. And as soon as it touches back up, okay, last corner to get to. Whew. I love how it looks with white here on the corner. So what I'm gonna do is add, I don't wanna lose all this white. So I'm gonna add some white here just to help it stretch over to that corner. And then just carefully back and forth, moving it to cover the corner without making the rest of your cells really weird shaped. Okay. And now I'm just bringing it back and getting it to where I like how all the cells are looking, liking the shape of the flowing lines. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Super cool. Let me take off these messy gloves. Okay, so there's a little section right here that I didn't cover all the way. And I'll just dab it on with my finger. You don't want to wipe, because then you'll have a big smear. You just dab gently with your finger and it creates kind of a textured effect that looks a lot like the rest of the bubbles that you have in your painting. Okay, I'm loving this. Loving, loving, loving. I actually like, you know how I picked it up and it made that weird like splop? It's created this cool line cutting through, and then enough bubbles have popped up that you don't notice it as a weird line. It just looks like an interesting line. So, accidents can be wonderful things. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I have to do, so let me give you a quick close-up, and then we'll be done. Okay, here's how it was looking from my perspective. Look at all those amazing tiny cells. I just love paint and Floetrol with silicone. You see how the white paint opened up to show the gold underneath? It's just amazing. It's like a little pair of eyes looking. Very cool. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you come back and watch some of my other videos. See you for the next one. Bye.